As with all of the exercise classes offered by the Senior Center, please be mindful about your particular health and various conditions. Stay hydrated, take your time. Always avoid an exercise that you think might be hurtful to a particular injury that you have. Consult with a physician if needed. The important and wonderful thing about yoga is that it is designed. It is a practice built upon self-awareness. And in growing self-awareness, growing ease and peace and calm within ourselves. Let's begin. Take a deep breath. Let it go with a jaw-dropping sigh. Deep breath. And an easy release, maybe even one that vibrates out of you with a little bit of sound. Deep breath. And easy letting go. Begin to bring your shoulders into this action. Inhale those shoulders up a little and exhale, let them drop. Maybe your shoulders feel great this morning, and it can even be encouraged to circle around the axis. Yeah. One shoulder at a time or both shoulders at the same time. Keep the neck and the jaw and the facial muscles easy. Infuse this movement with your breath. Nice. And then shake out one hand and shake out the other hand. Give each foot a little gentle kick out, paying attention to not only how the foot and the ankle feels, but how the knee feels. Good. Let the arms drop from your shoulders and swing a little bit. Check that the space you've created for your practice allows for unimpeded movement. And again, we'll start with our happiest shoulder, and we'll inhale that arm up, maximize the breath, exhale, shake it down and out. And then we'll do the same for the other side. Inhale it up, exhale and shake it down. Repeat this a few times. Your perfectly self-guided rhythm of reach. Some of our shoulders will tell you on a particular day they don't want to go up any higher than your shoulder. And particularly if you're working with an injured rotator cuff, you want to respect that. You want to listen to your body. Keep breathing, keep exploring, but gently. Some of you working your way right into a full back stroke with the inhalation opening up the chest as the arm reaches back, with the exhale encouraging that full long sigh and release of any tension you're holding in your shoulders or jaw. And then we'll take one arm forward. If we can hold it straight forward from the shoulder, fine. If we can't, we'll let the hand rest in our lap, and we'll circle the hand around with a big stretch in the fingers. We'll also circle the hand around while making a small fist. Not too tight a fist, but a little fist. And then we'll bring that soft hand to the shoulder, and we'll circle the elbow around. And remember, some days your shoulder will feel absolutely fine doing this. Switch directions. Other days your shoulder will say, I'm a little creaky. Back off the range as you need to. When you've moved the arm in a circular motion, see how much more maybe you can lift your elbow up, inhaling into your side ribs and that lung. Exhale and squeeze the arm into your ribs. On the exhale, pull your navel in as well. Inhale, feel that extension up through the side ribs. Exhale, squeeze your upper arm into your ribs with some oomph, so that we're pumping the lymphatic system, many nodes of the lymph in your armpit and in your ribs. That's your last time. And again, we'll let that arm shake out. And we'll try whatever this other side is willing to do. Sometimes a little better and easier, sometimes not so, but each time we do this practice, we're paying attention, we're listening, we're feeling, we're willing to have a dialogue, one in which the body gets to win. Yes, the body says, just can't go back as far or up as high. The body sets the pace. When you've circled your elbow around a few times one way, a few times the other way, again, emphasizing the inhale on the back swing of the elbow, we'll take it up a little bit. Nice reach, nice opening in the ribs. Good inhale. And an easy release. Swing that arm right back up to hold out in front of you, unless your shoulder won't do that. Put your hand down in your lap. Keep stretched out fingers as you circle around a few times one way, a few times the other way. A small fist while you circle the wrist around one way, a few times also the other way. Nice. And both arms get to swing forward while you lean forward with an open chest. And we're going to inhale, come on up. Exhale, lean forward a little, shake it down. Inhale, come on up. Exhale, extend from your hips, keeping a nice long spine. Don't let your body sag through the head or the neck. Do pull your belly muscles towards your back ribs as you go forward. And just don't overdo it until your low back and upper buttocks muscles tell you that they're happy to stretch for you. Yes? And the next time that your arms are up, you're going to scooch forward in your chair. A firm chair is best here. You're going to leave some space behind you, and we're going to row a little bit. You can spin your hands and stretch your fingers. We'll exhale back and pull the gut in. We'll inhale, we'll reach forward gently, and exhale back. A moderate pace of breath is a very nice beginning. But for those of you who have no back pain in any chronic or acute way right now, some of you will feel comfortable to lean back and pause here at the end of that slow exhale so that you're engaging all those abdominal and core muscles. We'll do that 3 more times. Inhaling and exhaling, abs working to the core. Inhaling and exhaling. Nice. 1 more time. Good. If you feel great in your low back, you're going to hold this for another count of 3. Abs in, heart open, neck easy, jaw and shoulders relaxed. 2 and 1. Good job. Now you can slump a little bit, letting your head fall forward based on the comfort of your neck. Letting your shoulders round forward, letting those arms hang heavy. Take a deep breath, exhale, squeeze the belly in towards the back body and come on up. Nice deep breath once again. Feel yourself smiling to your body. Feel your heart opening to the experience of what it is to be yourself this moment, all of yourself, all of your welcoming to your humanity and your spirit. We're going to bring that acceptance in, rounding the back body. We're going to open it up and give it out, extending the heart and the chest as the shoulders drip down and back. Exhale, the hug pulls the belly muscles back. Inhaling, the heart lifts without collapsing the low back, without straining at the neck. So remember, some of you will lift your chins a teeny bit. None of you will be dropping your heads back. We'll do this with our own breathing rhythm twice more. Some of you paying attention to switching which arm is on top each time, switching that so that you're addressing your non-dominant patterns. Last time. And then Relax and check in with those shoulders, and then letting the shoulders rest. Nod your head gently up and down. Slow that nodding down, and with a micro movement, turn your head off center a little bit one way. Slowly nod again. Try that out a very little bit the other way. And come on back to the center. We're going to swing our arm back behind the chair. So depending on the chair and how tall or short we are, we'll find a place where we can gently reach back. We don't need to be gripping or tight in our hold. We just want to have some support in rolling that shoulder back. For some of us, our shoulder and this part of the stretching chest will say, good, that's a great place to stop, while we turn the head again, this time in a no slow motion head shaking way. Oh, if that's feeling great in your shoulder and in your neck today, let yourself again extend from your chest, from your hips. Extend the chest forward from your hips. Let that stretch deepen a little bit where it works for you. Turn your head again. Check it out. See how we're working to integrate and assess and nurture this whole upper body group of muscles with kindness. And when you're done on that side, you'll let the arm enjoy its new orientation, the shoulder enjoy its new orientation placed on its back body, on your back body where it wants to be. And we'll do that on the same side. So if you find you run into a stiff or clicky or cranky shoulder, don't rush right into where we know we are heading. Take some time, nurture, go slowly. So as you're in position with the shoulder rolled back, we'll just check into a slight turn of the head off center, chin dipping, a little bit of chin lifting, just slightly off center in each direction. And if everything is feeling fine, working well together as you say hello, you'll go ahead and lean forward. You'll intensify that opening stretch for the chest, that squeezing of tension down and out of the shoulder blade, and perhaps again, you'll add some movement of your head. The neck stays straight along the axis of the spine while you gently rotate your head to look right and left and right. Nice deep breaths. Breathe like you mean it. Breathe like you are glorified in the freedom of that breath. And shake out those arms as you come back up and appreciate. Again, appreciate. From here, we're going to march just a little bit. See how our hips and knees are feeling. Where we might notice differences in the hips at all, we'll just pay attention to that. We'll tiptoe and then extend a heel, tiptoe and then extend a heel. And do that several times just to wake up the feet, to greet the leg muscles and the joints of toes, ankles, knees, maybe even noticing some of the hip sensation. When you complete that easy warm-up, we're going to zigzag the feet open, zigzag the feet back in. So this is silly, as little kids enjoy doing such silly things. We let ourselves be silly in yoga. But it can also be supremely helpful for keeping the mobility and flexibility of our feet and ankles. And we can kick it up a notch by lifting spread toes just a little bit more intentionally as we rotate them in, and then lifting heels a little more intentionally as we rotate it. And that's going to work more of the shin muscles right on up to the knees. You'll probably feel that after a few of these repetitions. Work into the opening stretch as long as your hips don't mind and you're enjoying that stretch in your inner thighs. One more time. Very good. And back in. And again, if the efforting variation doesn't work so much for you on a particular day when your arthritis is cranky, just do it in and out in a gentle way. And then plant your feet right under your knees. Sway those knees a little bit and settle into your butt. Lift up nice and tall. Swing one elbow back and cross the other arm across your thighs. Lifting up tall, twist gently, and then come on back to the center. Inhaling, exhale, turn to the other side. Inhale at center. Exhale, turn to the other side. Let your heart express that freedom of opening in all of these various directions, to the east, to the west, to the north, to the south. Your brilliance is shining out from you, and you're feeling yourself more open, more flexible, more rooted, but also more lifted. And it is with that we lean forward, again, a small amount based on the health and strength of your back and abs. We'll hug the abdominals, the navel towards the back body. We'll again cross one hand over the other leg. We might just put the other hand on our back body, and we'll bring this all together with that slight lean forward. Engage down into your feet, down into your legs. Extend the twisting spine from the buttocks rooted into the chair and the crown long from that point. If your back-facing shoulder arm wants to extend back even more, great. Maybe even to reach up. Again, for folks with shoulder issues, don't even attempt this, right? Start small and slow. Come on back to the center and switch it out. No expectation that this other shoulder will behave the same, but we set ourselves up into the seat, the feet planted, the spine tall. We've got our beginning twist. We might extend forward more or less. We might reach the back arm higher or lower. We might turn the head more or less. All of this in service to what our body is expressing to us, what we are feeling through that pose the whole time. When you come back to the center, wiggle those shoulders out, and we'll go right into the cross crawl. The cross crawl is great for the brain, the integration of right and left hemispheres, and the better integration of our right and left sides, hips to shoulders. So easy version has us sitting, nice straight spine, one hand like a puppeteer string bringing up the opposite knee. Feel free to stand up. Many of you don't need an entire chair class, so this is your opportunity to stand up, to shake it off, to plant into the feet, and to do your cross crawl with a greater effect on abdominal and core strength and balance. Yes? If you can't quite stand up, but you can do more than this, lean back just a touch, hugging the abdominals in a slight boat-like, Navasana-like pose, and continue this opposite hand, knee lift, marching 3, 3A, 2, 2B, 1, 1C. Cross your ankles. Whichever ankle is in front, put the opposite wrist on top. Inhale, flip the tongue to the roof of the mouth. Exhale, drop the tongue down into the bottom of the palate. Inhale, tongue up. Exhale, tongue down. One more time. Nice intentional breathing, and then switch your limbs. So now it's the opposite. 3 more breaths. Tongue lifting is tapping one of the central vessels according to Chinese medicine. Tongue dropping is connecting to the other central vessel, connecting and affirming the flow of our uprising energy and our down, settling, grounding energy. And then we'll open the legs back out to a wide angle. We'll take those arms out to the side. Again, if straight arms is bothersome, do a goalpost arm. Either way, we're going to swing those arms back gently. Do not jut your neck forward, but instead lean your chest forward. And with the abdominals hugged in, we're going to twist just a little bit from there. Stay rooted in your feet and in your seat. If you tend to have problems with your piriformis in your buttocks or the sacroiliac joint at the bottom of the spine, easy, easy, easy. Err on the side of caution. Don't go quite so far, either forward or in your twist. Well done. Goal post arms. Connect the thumb and the index finger, circular shape. We're going to press through both feet while we press these circle digits, and then relax, rest. And then again, exhaling, we're going to press through the feet. We're going to touch the thumb to the middle finger and press down through the feet, press into the digits to keep our hands strong, and then relax. So we're going to go with the thumb to the ring fingers, circular shape in your joints. Please press through your feet, your finger and thumb, and then exhale, release. Inhale on your rest and do that last digit. If you have time to do it again in your breathing rhythm, feel free to. Working on the core muscles as we press into our feet, but also keeping the hands strong. Now we're going to punch across, and we want a vigorous exhalation as we reach across. And we want to feel our spines lifted up out of the waist, and we want to feel that nice stretch through the whole back body, through the waist. Last set this way and that way, and we are back to the center. Relax those shoulders out. Now some of us are just going to drag those feet back in, maybe with the zigzag. We'll take it easy if that's the case. Others of us, we're going to lean back, pull the belly muscles in, and we're going to see if we can lift and bring that leg back in and out, in and out, right? So we're definitely working thigh and buttocks muscles, particularly upper thigh around the groin. If your low back begins to feel strained while you are leaning back, just sit up straight again, yes? Nice deep breaths. Keep the breath flowing. Continue to take the legs in their turn, out and back in. Nice. And then one foot forward. Forward through the heel, gently pull the toes in. Take a nice inhale up through your spine. Exhale forward just a little bit. Inhale up and exhale forward. Now, as soon as you feel stretching anywhere in that back body area, the leg or the butt or the back, that's when you pause. You hang out there rather than going further, or you come back out of it and re-greet that area. Some of us will find that as we repeat the movement, it gets easier to go gently a tiny bit further. And if that's the case and you wish to hold it, great. Spread the toes a little bit, pull them in gently. Do not let your knee collapse or hyperextend backwards. If you're enjoying what you have here, again, very small, very slow movement. Slide your whole torso spine a little bit off center one way and then the other. If you've been in my classes, you know that I enjoy intentionally placing the back of my thigh against the hard edge of the seat of the chair, so it's getting massaged while I stretch it. We're gonna come on up and do one more thing here. Again, you can skip leaning back if you know your low back is bothersome to you in some sort of chronic way or acutely right now. We're gonna hug the abs in and lift this leg 10 times if we can. 3. We want to maintain the sense of soft shoulders. 6. Maintain the open chest. And 2 more. 1. And great job. Wiggle into your butt a little bit, shake it out a little bit, and let's do all of that on the other side. The other heel extended. We are aiming for a straight leg. Perhaps we're intentional about where we place the hamstrings on the edge of the chair. We're spreading those toes and pulling them towards our own hips. If you've got stretching sensation here, right here, then you're ready to just sit here and breathe, right? If things start to feel like they've stretched to your right capacity, add just the slightest hinge forward. Not far, not much, not fast. And come on back. We'll inhale up We'll exhale forward. We'll inhale up, and we'll exhale forward. And it's only after some of these coaxing, not fast, bouncy movements, not fast, not bouncy, but after a few of these coaxed, slow movements, some of you will feel fine about staying here for an extra breath or 2 or 3. And some of you will even feel like it's useful and delicious to sway again, gently and slowly off center. Breathing easy, soft jaws, dropped shoulders, last time. And when we come back up, your choice as to whether you lean back with the abdominal engagement, the open chest, or just sit up straight, and up we go with that leg again. 10. 4, 3, 2, and 1. Don't fret about the repetitions. Don't fret about any aspect of how you are keeping up with or following me. You're just allowing yourself to be here now, attending to yourself. When you have your legs back in front of you, you're going to squeeze the ankles, the knees, the pelvic floor, the belly muscles, all in this inward and upward lift, and lean back. When you inhale, everything gets to rest back at center. When you exhale, you're squeezing to the midline, leaning back, or simply squeezing to the midline, right? We're going to do that a few more times. And for those of you who've not felt any sense of strain in your lumbar spine, just a little challenge, because I know a lot of us have been watching these same videos over some time. So just an offering of a challenge, not for all of us at any particular time, but for some of us once in a while, as we squeeze the legs in and lean back with the strong core, some of us will put in a pop of the knees up. Now, if you can do 1 or 2, feel proud of yourself. If you can add to that each week, feel proud of yourself. If you can't do it because you just know that there's some sort of misalignment or weakness, it's okay. It's something to work towards, and maybe we will. Nice deep breath. Let yourself slump forward with a great big smile on your face as you bow to the earth. Give yourself a moment to groan. And then come on back up. Well done. Nice. I'm going to bring the feet underneath our thighs, so the knees are jutting out beyond the toes a little bit. We're going to put our spines leaned forward a little bit, right? So that we're making a bit of a Z shape in our bodies. Many of us are going to put our hands on our hips. Some of us are going to have our hands into fists back by our ribs, and we'll utilize our hands to help us in the effort of standing. Some of us will not stand, and that's all right, because there's plenty to do right here. As we cultivate our Z-shaped form, we are going to press into the feet. And we want to press into the feet equally, the 4 corners of the feet, or however you want to visualize the bottoms of your feet. We want to really press through them equally, and we will feel that work. Any imbalances we might have in our lower bodies, in the joints of the knees or ankles and the muscles supporting them, and it strengthens them up. So there's no pressure on yourself to stand or to lift your butt off the chair. You're still doing good work with this very slow, repetitive exhale in which you press as though you are trying to stand up. Now, if you want this to be harder, your hands stay on your hips. If you think maybe a little bit of oomph can get you up off the chair, swing your arms forward, but keep the abdominals hugged in. Just lift the butt for an inch or so, maybe a few inches off the chair. Hold it if you can, drop right back down into it if you feel unstable or you've done it long enough. Some of you will enjoy that repetition, so we'll just review it one more time. Remember, the abs are in, the tailbone under, the chest is open as we've been working during the whole class. Hold it only as long as it feels great for you. Nice, wonderful. Now turn sideways on your chair and let that knee, the outside facing knee, drop down. Give those hip flexors and upper thighs and the trochanter of the hip a good rub. If we tend to sit a lot, and who hasn't during this last year and a half, the hip flexors shorten. We need to keep them long. We need to keep that spaciousness in the hip flexors that help us to stand up straight. So over some moments, most of us with the back toes curled under, over some moments, some of us will start to work that knee and foot and leg back even more. As you do that, if you're losing your abdominal engagement, hug those abs back in. Press through the toes and the forward foot. Just again in that repetition, as though you are trying to lift yourself up off your chair. And again, you don't really need to, and you will still get that benefit of strengthening and stretching. Some of us holding on to the back of the chair will just feel like, oh yeah, I got this. I still have my warrior in me. And maybe you will lift up off the chair. Remember, if balance is an issue, you've got the back of the chair to hold on to or not. Nice deep breath, warrior like we have our visions. Release. Come on back to the center and turn to the other side. Same thing. We just respect. Where can this knee drop to starting off? Is it okay to just hang there? Is the foot being fine with the toes curled under? Are we collapsing our backs? Do we need a reminder to pull the abs in? Are we hanging our heads forward? There's that reminder to lift up through the spine. Nice. Over these moments, some of you will work that knee back even a little bit farther. There is no competition here. Very good. But if it works for you at some point to start to press down through your floor foot, press down through the back toes, some of you will feel that engagement as if you're trying to stand, right? You've got a vision ahead of you. Your heart is open. Your roots are strengthening. We are getting ready, if we are not already very ready, to warrior forward into whatever new next chapter might be awaiting us. Remember to breathe. Honor your sense of strength, stamina, holding. If there isn't, feel free to repeat up and down several times. And when you feel complete, back to the center. Take a great big breath. Let go a good sigh. And we're going to bring one knee in. We're going to see if we can hug it in and direct that knee straight in and maybe a little across or a little bit out while we circle out the ankle. Good. If you're able to draw that knee out to the side, great. You can hold it there again for more stretching and easing of inner thigh and outer butt muscles. And if you can hold it out there without holding on to the arm, we'll do that for another second. And if that's easy, again, just to give some of you a challenge, 3 good kicks out to the side and back we are. Other knee hugged in. You can hold in front of the knee or behind the knee, either way. You can let that leg swing out if you'd like, or you can circle around to the ankle, get those snaps and cracks out, go both directions. Nice deep breathing. You'll draw that knee out to the side, opposite arm out to the side. Breathe into your sense of groundedness and liftedness and openness. And if it all feels fine enough to hold there for a moment, breathe. If it still feels good, 3 easy kicks out to the side. Great. And back we come. Back to the center. Maybe a little chair dancing. Take a deep breath. Have a good sigh. Beautiful. From here, we'll see if we can put one ankle on the opposite thigh. Now, I know some of us have lost this mobility, so if that's true, just bring it in with a sense of opening the knee out a little bit rather than going for the full cross. If you drop the knee and you have any pain on the inside of the knee, hold the knee up. And we're going to go forward a tiny bit again, hinging from the hips, and again offering the gentlest sway of your forward reaching body side to side. Good. And then we'll come on, spiraling back up to the center. We'll take that leg out to the side, heel extending out at a right angle, more or less, from the other knee. Toes pulled in, and we'll breathe a little bit. Inhaling. Remember, you have modifications for these arms. Up-reaching arms are not absolutely necessary to get that beautiful side opening. So feel free to leave hands on your hips or waist and still enjoy that side bending opening as you breathe in big and breathe out big. Beautiful. Some of you enjoying that hold. Again, only if everything in your pelvis to spine connectivity feels good. And release, and then you'll have that leg back in, and we'll do some of that on the other side. So if you go to cross your leg and it's not feeling good, don't cross it, just hug it in and redirect that knee, incoming knee a little bit instead, and you have some time to play with that. If you do get your foot on your thigh, when you drop the knee, if there's any pain on the inside knee, remember, lift it, support it, so that is ameliorated. That is not a healthy stretch, okay? Some of us, like I've said in prior poses, will feel plenty of stretch in the buttocks right here without doing another single thing. So we don't do another single thing. If everything gets a little happier inside these structures, we start to breathe our way forward, maybe with a little bit of massaging movement, swaying gently, breathing big, inviting yoga, union on all our various levels to be harmonious inside us. Good. And when we feel ready to shift on, to move on, we'll shift that leg out to the side. And yeah, we are aiming for that leg to be at a right angle to the other one, but whatever it will do, you'll get that stretch in the inner thigh, the engagement of the front thigh up as you extend through the heel and pull the toes in. Hands on the hips to side bend, or arms in the air to side bend. We are inhaling and exhaling, and we want the abdominals to be lifting into the open chest. We want the open chest to lead to the uplifted neck and head. Excellent. Well done. Well done. Last little bit. Great. And bring it back to the center. We're going to do that standing squat one more time. So if you're feeling tired, remember that as you bring your feet under your thighs a little bit so that your knees are over your toes a little bit, as you lean forward some, you can simply press into the four corners of the feet as equally as possible and feel less wobbling in your knees, more strengthening of inner and outer front and back knee muscles, shin muscles, thigh muscles. So without getting your butt up off the chair, you're still doing great strengthening. But some of you will get your butt off the chair. You'll do a little tail wagging. For those of you who don't enjoy sitting the whole time, this is your time to stand up and do some pelvic circles. Standing up, nice pelvic circles, or a little standing dancing. You've got an opportunity. Good. When you are ready, and those of you who've gone to full standing, don't let me rush you. Enjoy that full standing for a little bit longer when you are seated. Enjoy the flow of breath, the effort and the blood flow, the muscular engagement, the focus that you created by offering yourself this challenge. Take a deep breath. Again, easy sighing. Nice. Good. Now sit yourself back in your chair. Let yourself feel settled and softened through all these muscles that have been participating and working hard for you, stretching big for you. Spend a moment enjoying the realignments of muscles and joints. Spend a moment breathing into your enhanced circulatory systems, your powered up lymphatic system, your more integrated neurological system. Breathe and spend a moment affirming the less physical aspects of yourself. The nature of your mood today, or your heart space, or your mind, or your connection to spirit. And whatever bubbles up to the surface, receive these bubbles without attachment. Notice them and let them float on by. Yeah? Physicality, sensation, emotion, thoughts. Let them bubble up. Let those bubbles be carried along on by you. We notice, we cultivate ease in our neutrality. We cultivate equanimity. Life is as it is. We are as we are. May we refrain from judgment. May we breathe into the grace of ourselves and all life energy. May we be peaceful. Om Hari Om Shanti Om. Namaste.